What's up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to just kind of dive into tonight's game. I had gone over essentially what I thought was going to happen for this series in my last video. After Game 5, we had Celtics winning Game 5. They won and covered. Now, Game 6, again, I had explained that I really thought that they were going to have the Celtics win again, force the Game 7 for history. Then we have things that are interesting. They're showing Jimmy basically looking unfazed here. And I wanted to see how they treated Jimmy, and they are essentially just showing like he's, calm, cool, collected. And I still think that even though they're showing him in that regard, I think the Celtics are going to win and cover. And I'm going to explain why. The biggest reason that I don't think that they're going to have the Celtics come back and win the series is because I don't think they would do that to Jimmy Butler 3 times with the Kawhi shot, losing to the Lakers where he did everything possible to will that team to victory. They lost to the Celtics last year, in 7. So I don't see them doing this. It'd be a 4th time, but really a 3rd heartbreak where it was a ridiculous, situation. So here, I think, and I've been going over this with people, a lot of people agree with me too, so I think we're on to something. I could be wrong. It really seems like they're trying to sell us on this notion, again, that the Celtics, they had, there was more pressure on the Heat in when it was a 3-1 series even, because you don't want to give the Celtics one shot, and Game 7's a guaranteed win for the Celtics. Like, Game 7's not a guaranteed win for the Celtics. They already lost a game at home in the series. They might have lost 2. I think they lost 2 at home. So I just don't think it makes sense to try and, to sell people on the fact that, it makes sense because you will get a lot of the public, in my opinion, that'll have it backwards. They're going to have the Heat winning tonight to close it, and then if they don't, they're all going to be on the Celtics. But yeah, to me, it's not something that I personally subscribe to. I don't think that the Celtics are going to win and then win again. I think they're going to, if I had to pick between the two, that they win Game 7 or just lose tonight, I'd have to say lose tonight. But that's not what I have. I've been saying it since for the last 3 games. I think it's going to be a almost comeback. It's going to be a 3-0, 3-3, and they're going to lose in Game 7. So nothing's changed me off of that. Something pretty extreme would have to. But as far as the spread and everything, yeah, I like the Celtics. Now, the funny thing is, they keep saying how they can't win close games. I would highly suggest doing the money line on this game. I would. I could see a 1-2 point game. And I think Vegas, I think the books, I think they all know that if people take the Celtics, they're going to want these odds. They might buy it down to 1.5 and, from -120. But it could still be a 1-point game. I think this game, and it moved from like 4 to 2. Now it's at 2.5. I think the money line's just a safe way to go. If I absolutely, gun to my head, I would go with the Celtics because if I like them enough to win, 2.5 is not going to really move me off. But what I'm saying is, of those 2 options, the value is way better in the money line, just because you're still getting good value, and they haven't had like a really close nail biter game this series. And again, they're pointing out how the Celtics can't win close games. So I think having them win a close game would be interesting, especially because we're coming off of 3 blowouts. So that's the reason I would really highly recommend taking the money line, just staying away from that spread. If anything, just parlay it with some kind of a baseball game. But no, I would just do it straight up. That's what I'm personally doing because that's how my system works best. But yeah, I like the Celtics money line here. If I had to gun to head, I would take them on the spread too. But it's just not. When it's that close, -130, I just don't think it's worth it in this case. When we've had 3 blowouts in a row, I think we could definitely see a 120, 118 type game. Maybe that goes to overtime. So yeah, I like the Celtics in this game. I think we get a Game 7. But that's where I'm going to have what I would imagine a take that's in the minority, because I think most people that have the Celtics coming back are going to have them winning. I personally don't, but maybe they don't. Maybe it is a Game 6. We see the 6 right on Jaylen Brown. Maybe the writing's on the wall. It's on Jimmy Butler. So you never know. But I do have the Celtics for those that didn't know. And obviously we'll go into Game 7. And we're definitely going to go into the finals. I've already kind of gone into, with other theories, who I like for the whole thing. But I'll go into matchups and things of that nature. So take care and happy earnings.